First of all, tied my hair up, lol. Anyway. Back when I started One Last Year, I wanted to talk about a piece of media that I was definitely consuming at the time. And it kind of hit me in a different way to what I thought it was going to. But that is, yeah, Heartstopper. Are you surprised? I am a raging homosexual. And if you're surprised by that, you clearly don't know me well enough. And I wanted to talk about how I kind of struggled watching it. No, it isn't as bad as you might think it is, because if you know me, you'll know that I like Heartstopper. I like a lot of the things that Alice Oseman does. I think she's just an incredible author, and people should be supporting. But it is just a personal thing. Obviously, one of the biggest themes in Heartstopper is found family, and how good people exist. Surprise! People who aren't terrible do exist. And often they might be British, unfortunately. So one of the things I have always kind of dealt with is not having that many friends. Surprise, when you're out as gay. Well, I say now I'd just label myself as not straight. Not strictly straight. And oftentimes I didn't have that many good people around me. Obviously things are changing. Things are a lot, I feel like society is a lot better than when I was in secondary school, but in all honesty, I got bullied a lot. And surprise, I was always best friends with girls. What a surprise. It's funny, one of my teachers really fucking thought that I was some sort of weird womanizer. No, I'm just a raging fan. Also, I'm gonna have to cut that for YouTube. Oh, I'm the queen of making terrible decisions. Yeah, I really kind of had all of the queer stereotypes in my secondary school. It was a great experience. Oh. As I say, I got bullied, and when I got to sixth form, I felt as though I had to hide myself. To the point where there was literally a gay person who was happily out, literally asking people, and I was still too scared to come out. Like, years later, I dealt with a lot of shit at secondary school. I had to say no. I had to say no because I didn't feel comfortable after that. And reading something like Heartstopper, where people are just allowed to be openly queer. People are, you know, of course there is, you know, a couple of sort of hate crimey scenes. If you can really call it that. Also, there's lots of that. Well, bits of that. It is generally more happy and upbeat than what I had to deal with. Obviously, that is intent. I know Alice, not personally, although if she ever does watch this, please can we get a Radio Silence adaptation? Thanks. Please, I'm begging. Please pitch it to Netflix. I would be the first person to watch it. I would get all the merch. I would get everything. Make the adaptation, please. But generally, Heartstopper is just really hopeful. And it's nice to have positive things and happy things involving queer people. Obviously, when it comes to gender, they have a few trans characters, obviously the Queen herself, Elle, and in the Netflix series, plenty of other non-binary characters, which, as a non-binary person myself, I appreciate. It doesn't go unnoticed. But a lot of times, that hopefulness is like a lot of people's main criticism of the series. And whenever that kind of argument comes up, I want to tell people to shut the fuck up. Now, obviously, Heartstopper I love so much, but it is not free from criticism. But a lot of people's main criticism is that it's too idealistic. It's too idealistic to be real. And I'm left scratching my head, because, like, you're wanting something that is meant to be hopeful to be not so. There are plenty of things where, you know, bad things happening to queer people exist. You know, there's plenty of media that is like that. There's plenty of media that is queer, that is more adult. Heartstopper isn't that. It never has been. It never will be. Are you fucking serious? And the fact that that is always people's main criticism of the series is just pick up a different book. Pick something different up. Choose the really depressing book that, you know, talks about people getting thrown out for being gay or something. There's plenty of queer media that centers around that. It's nice to have something that's hopeful, especially you know, as certain figures rear their ugly heads, especially towards trans people. And also, another main thing about the series, the TV series, people really love to whine about Joe Locke and him being cringy and camp. And again, sure, it might be valid in some ways, but at the same time you have to think about the fact that it is literally his first acting job. No actor is ever going to be great at their first thing, unless they're, like, stupid talented, which almost never happens in the first thing they do. No one's ever great in the first thing they do. That's like wanting a beginner artist to paint the fucking Sistine Chapel. It's not gonna happen, mate. And that's not me trying to diss newcomers to any form of art, because at the end of the day, most artists starting out aren't great. Surprise. I don't know how it's a surprise to anyone. But yeah, I feel like that's what kind of why I struggled with Heartstopper watching the series, because I didn't have that kind of experience, and I'm jealous. But even then, I don't hate the content at all. I do. I mean, I own all the books and all of Alice's other books. You see, I have all of Alice's other books, especially Radio Silence. I know I mention it a lot. Genuinely one of the best books I've read in a while. I really want to reread it once I've, like, finished all the things that I have read, that I have bought even. Yeah, this was a video that I felt like I wanted to make, like, a year ago, but I could never find the right things to say and things to do. And yeah. Also, I've just realised I am massively off-centre. Which is fun. Thank you very much for watching, if you have at all throughout this video. I've been Orion, signing out.